Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3. When we last left off a little while ago, we had managed to defend Rockwang from the predations of Victoria. This, however, is unlikely to be the first of foes that will stream towards our factory. Nonetheless, though, it is time to make some progress. After all, I'm back in business. Yeah, I had a cold for like 3 weeks and I was like, I'm not gonna cough all over everyone, so I didn't. Yeah, I'm going to grab this rally flag and I'm going to check out what this seer's hut is. I'm curious. You meet an alchemist in the hut. He seems quite perturbed.
What luck to have found you! Listen, I am an alchemist from Rakata. I came here with my colleague Belinda. We had caught wind of a large deposit of urine found in Jadam, and we got eager to try out this rare, expensive metal as a material for golems. Unfortunately, it turned out Castor and his minions had got into the deposit before us. To our misfortune, they found out we had come from Rakata. Belinda got captured and is now being held in prison, while I escaped only by the skin of my teeth. Could you help us? I can make steel golems for your army, but I can't do it without Belinda.
Oh, look! It might be this guy. Is it that guy? Or is it literally Belinda? Let's check the quest log. No, it's literally a man called Belinda. Fair enough. This man is just an unrelated alchemist. He just happens to have steel golems. You know, it's funny, really, because they had to do this because there's no dwelling for steel golems. So they have to have a seer's hut so you can make them. Fair enough. Well, now we know. Not that relevant for us, but, you know, it was educational. Let's move on to the Derrick. And of course, we still have Wynona here, recovering her precious spell points for the days ahead. We are, however, going to exchange hats, because I think Wynona needs the spell points more because of resurrection spamming. Before we do move on, do we want to build anything? Maybe. We can't afford anything here. We can build catacombs here. Or possibly a citadel. I think let's build the catacombs. That makes sense. Yeah. I may have had a plan before, but you know when it's been a month, you're like, time to take a fresh look. Yeah, Arcadia's only sort of just getting started, really. You can see it doesn't have its spires of confidence. But hey, we are going to build those spires of confidence in the near future. Let's end turn. We have some teal movement. Teal's getting closer. Castor has thrown the full might of his growing army at us. This is not simply an attempt to intimidate the renegades or quell a rebellion. This means a war of attrition, one we are certain to lose. Every day, the furnaces of his forges and factories burn hotter and hotter. The goblins gain experience and work better and better, and he demands more and more from them. Sooner or later, there'll be 2 or even 3 self-propelled machines or marksmen for each one of us. Every hour of delay today is sure to bring us bitter defeats and losses tomorrow. We cannot fight 2 wars at once, one in the present with former friends, and another future with old enemies. Still, I believe we can gather enough power and take off Eofall before Castor pounces. It's month of the ant. Who is this person here? Oh, we've got Valqest, a campaign-only hero. Doesn't have much of an army, but nonetheless, when we take this opponent seriously, I wouldn't mind grabbing this brown border guard and getting this mine going as well. This area certainly does warrant exploration. So we have a bit of a plan. I didn't swap boots, I guess that was one part of the plan that didn't make sense. I didn't put these on either, so yeah, we're having our own personal struggles today. But hey, we're going to do what we can. So first things first, I think we're going to give Henrietta back the Halfling Grenadiers, and we're going to have Wynona here heading out with the Coattles for now. Let's also give one Coattle over to Henry. Actually, no, we're going to give you the Crimson Coattles. And we'll have Wynona just on a power stack of regular Coattles. The rainbowy pretty ones. Excellent. Alright. I suppose on that note, we can give Henrietta back the hat. That seems fine. Yep. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to have Winona here. Use Town Portal in a moment, actually. First, we're going to grab additional coatls because we literally have fresh dwellings here. So we can grab some more of you, some more of these. Orgoi Korkoi are a thing that could exist in our army if I was to hire some. An interesting proposition. I could work towards a Serpentarian here as well. I think for now, let's have Winona just proceed with the plan I have for her. So we're going to have a teleport to Larimar. We'll grab the remaining coatls here as well. Excellent. So, let's put these boots on, I guess, while we're having battles, because they actually will increase our spell power. So I want to have Winona here handling the various enemies. I believe she does have, she does have Forgetfulness at Expert as well, so this will also help against Murdoch. But the main thing is she can just res coatls anyway, so, you know, that helps. Let's take out the Wolf Raiders first. Almost a flawless victory. Not much of a problem though, is it? Did I actually lose one? Ah, it's fine. Excellent. A glorious victory indeed. I could take out the Minotaur Kings. It's not going to really matter. I'm not going to have enough movement this turn anyway. So let's just press on. Alright, you. Going to have you press on as well. Over to the Derrick. And now we're going to have you... Well, I would like to dig up this, but I don't want you to die to the silly Valqest man. That would be unfortunate. Dying to Valqest. We'll grab some resources along the way and head over to the Trailblazer. We might need to have Henrietta deal with this guy. That being said, that does mean getting lightning bolted in the face repeatedly. So my thinking is that Henrietta's better suited to a different job. That being, we're going to have her first town portal over to Arcadia. So after all, there's going to be some more armadillos and halflings together. That being said, we can't upgrade them, so never mind. We're going to have to hold off on that one. We'll grab the Mage Guild here for now. So we're going to have you teleport over instead to Larimar. We're going to clear out some of these more neutral encounters that will be an easy job for her. After we got things like... well, I've noticed in the quest log we need angels, which means, of course, clearing out these griffin conservatories. So that'll be a decent job for Henrietta, I think. So let's get on to that. I'd like to think we could do this with minimal losses. After all, we have the power of our intellect. So... just slow him, I guess. See what that does. Is that the problem? The fact that we go invulnerable? Yeah, okay. So, how about instead we just keep you where you are? I mean, morale's always a good thing. I'll take it. We still take a hit, though. That is unfortunate. Well, we have an alternative plan. Let's avoid the hit. We'll just pounce. Immediately get morale. So then we haste an armadillo stack. Which isn't actually good enough. Oh, morale helps. It helps. I've heard good things about morale. There we go. I'll take losing an armadillo. It just clears this area for Bullock to deal with in the future. I'll also grab the Trailblazer, actually. Gives us some extra movement speed. So we'll clear out this quest card. We've got plenty of gems, so that shouldn't be a problem. As for this fellow here, he's in a bit of a quandary, because, like, obviously we can make him move quickly on Wasteland, and that's a good thing. But he's sort of got a terrible army and not much in the way of skills. So, like, he could pick up resources off the ground, sure. And, you know, that's a job that needs doing. I'll accept that. But, like, what's his actual purpose in life is a bit unclear to me. But, you know, one step at a time, I suppose. Apparently there's a new button here. Yeah, you can just click the city hall now to just access the building screen. Useful. So we could work towards the upgraded Serpentarium. Possibly get ourselves a blacksmith. Is this really worth it, though, the Mage Guild level 2? It's just for the Serpentarium, of course. We don't get any spells. How much money does that take? 15. We should be saving our money, really. Let's just carry on. Where's Teal up to? Approaching. Slowly. Alright, it's time for Winona to defeat Murdoch. Apparently it doesn't go well. But will it go better once we have the ability to forget? No. What about when we have the ability to, I don't know. Clone. You don't actually get over in one turn, do you? What about if we have the ability to pray? And then we pounce. Wow. Oh, you got the Ring of Oblivion! That's gonna suck. What if we split? But the Ring of Oblivion is just awkward. Like, obviously I can do this. So that means we can get in there. It's got a ton of defense skill. They literally kill half of them in a counterattack. Oh, and they've got the bow of the sharpshooter going on, just to be safe. Oh no, they just helped each other out, didn't they? Alright. Clearly this plan isn't going to work. We can, however, have Winona instead head out to defeat this man. Well, let's on the way do the Minotaur Kings. Fine. Is it better just to do this as a one stack, though? Probably. So, let's combine our armies and attack the Minotaur Kings. We could just cast things like Shield and Prayer. Get into a corner. We're gonna even just kite them for, you know, fun. Alright, time to start rezzing. Back to full health. Thing is, they'll get morale eventually because they're happy people. And there's no mass sorrow. Does sorrow even affect Minotaurs? Because they're just happy to be them, right? Like, it's a good life being a Minotaur. Alright. One more resurrection cast. There we are. We have the gold mine. This is good. It's pleasant. Let us cast Town Portal to Larimar. And then you can head up to the Trailblazer. Excellent. Speaking of Trailblazers, let's grab some things and stuff. Yes, this man is curious. He obviously serves a purpose, but what purpose? Do you have this yet? I don't know. Oh, that's Thulg. Never mind. You do. Very well, let's have Henrietta open this up. Excellent. Let's grab some of these angels, shall we? I mean, auto combat can do it comfortably, but can we? Are we comfortable? Yes, I could just slow them. I don't really want to lose halflings, obviously. that would be unfortunate. Let's pay attention to the enemy's positioning slightly better. I mean, morale's always pleasant. Heard good things about morale. You can also do the stabby. Excellent. Oh, the double stab. Excellent. Move away from the birdies. They're dangerous. Alright. There we go. Not bleeding off the one stack, and we get 2 angels. Excellent. I don't know if 2's going to get us a long way towards our goals, but it is something. Oh. On our way. I guess it's a job for Thulg to carry the angels around, isn't it? You can have some angels. Excellent. Onward! Yeah, I'd really want White Nona to deal with that particular threat, though. We might be able to outspeed these. We'll obviously need that pendant to death at some point. The churchyard is worth doing. I'm guessing with Murdoch, what we want to do is, like, either with tactics or something else, just position 1 stacks of units next to all the enemies and then riddle them with bullets or something. So, something like that. Or just a ton of Crimson Coatls, so we got invulnerability. Alright, over here we can build all sorts of interesting things. How about a Serpentarium? Don't mind if I do. That's excellent production. Let's enter. They're certainly encroaching on our lands. Alright, Winona. You may grab the Trailblazer. Not quite close enough. But nonetheless, it should serve as a useful intimidation tactic to charge the enemy. You can grab this stuff. Head back to town. The Wraiths. Making good use of the invulnerability there. Excellent. The horde of zombies. Excellent. We managed to make our way over to one side of the battlefield, making this a nice, clean kill. Excellent. It's a Charm of Eclipse. We're getting a few charm pieces. Well, I'll take it. Says the throng of vampires. There are zounds of rust dragons guarding a scroll. That is quite the protective force. They're certainly wanting to make sure no one gets in there. It's here as well. I guess we could teleport over to Arcadia. Possibly upgrade this? No, we need a blacksmith. Or it's actually the limiting factor at the moment. Okay. Throng of Wyvern Monarchs. Not sure if we can one-shot those immediately. Swarms of serpent flies. That'd be nice to open this area up. Let's head left. Excellent. That certainly made him bolt. Especially with the watering place buffing his movement. Will it be enough, though? He did make good time, but not good enough. So we've got another quest guide for stables. A gem pond guarded by a horde of dreadnoughts. Let's at least take on Valqest now. Let's see how this guy feels to defeat. Oh, there's a town. Obviously we're going to be about to tank a chain lightning to the face, so let's just hit ourselves with a nice protection from air. How much did it do? I don't know if the protection from air actually helps, but we did it. So, let's cast shield. That's a pretty rough combination attack there. Then going to cast Clown. Let's strike the automata. Strike again. We'll begin resurrecting now. Certainly dangerous fire shields on this dude. We're going to have to make sure we don't win too hard so we can use the good old resurrection strategy. That should be sufficient though to get a nice hypnotize off. Excellent. Can I kill this? I can. Thank you, mechanics, for just remaining there. Being you. I don't know how long your fire shield's gonna last. Maybe it's already worn off. Let's just put you in a nice convenient location. Oh, we're gonna lose the Coatl this way, are we? I'd rather not lose the Coatl, so let's try this battle again. After all, we need a battle to keep the Coatl. Excellent. I could make this guy forget all about who he is and what he is about. I could lead off of the clone. That could create some confusion among the enemy ranks. Oh, we got a chain lightning. No, wasn't the chain lightning, it was the relic thing. Okay. I think the shield did make sense. It just conserves lives. That being said, I think we're actually doing worse because there's so much still alive. Yeah. Let's try this again. So, I think taking out this stack as decisively as I did was a good call. I guess we could test how much the protection from air did. Protection from air did nothing, so we don't have to worry about that. Fair enough. So that being the case, let's lead off with the shield. That's just going to make this much easier. We got a detonation at death, but you know, I'm not too fussed about that. Let's start resurrecting our quaddles. Gives a nice healthy stack to beat down the gunslingers with. Now, they've still got the ability to revive at the moment, so let's resurrect now. Morale's quite nasty, but okay. Can we now hypnotize you? We can. Let's strike you now. Alright, and now we can resurrect you. Might as well get some bonus damage in. Okay. Let's do this. Is it enough to resurrect all the way? Still have fire shield on, but your fire shield will last less time than my hypnotize. Excellent. So we just wait for the fire shield to expire. There we go. And now we kill you. Excellent. A nice clean kill of this Valqest person. As it should be. As it is. So let it be. Noticeably, there's a town here. Let's capture it, shall we? This will be useful addition to my inventory. There's many resources to be gathered. There's another prison as well. That's also intriguing. Let's just do the rounds while we still can. Also have you upgraded. You can also be upgraded. It'd be nice to clear this blockage so we can have another thoroughfare. For now, we'll also pick up these resources. We can grab the warehouse of wood. Also grab the campfire. Over you go here. Alright, Henrietta. Let's... Oh, I guess we should check. Can you deal with the Chaos Hydras cleanly? Maybe. I mean, we'll test of things like mass slow, right? And we can charge in there. That's a good start. I mean, it helps when you got awesome halflings. Don't mind if I do. I mean, even with a half-broken arrow, they can still get things done. I think this is a simple matter of kiting. Even if we have to do that. Unclear. Yeah, these guys are wrecked. Well, it's nice to see the halflings having their moment because, you know, they're not being shredded with lightning rods and other assorted paraphernalia. Alright, well this beach is easy pickings for Tool League later. What's over here? We need 20 gems and 15,000 gold. Can pay this toll. Excellent. Throng of Master Genies isn't a bit annoying though. they may not be such a clean kill. We at least open the door. I have access to some of these niceties inside. As far as the development of our towns is concerned, we can of course progress in a meaningful and significant way for us here together tonight, such as this halfling abode. That's a dobe, isn't it? Yep, it's built. Yeah, we can get a blacksmith. We'll get a blacksmith here as well. We're really just locked by ore, aren't we? Isn't there... Yeah, there's a warehouse of ore here. We really need that. We should get someone to teleport over there and access the warehouse of ore so we can have resources. But of course, next turn, we'll be capturing this city and adding it to our little empire. Thank you for watching. When we come back next time, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3.